Yeah, it's a new morning.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Nigeria. It's time for the show that gives you all you need to brighten your day.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here, and you know that you are here with us as well. I'm Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. At this very moment, we're live on Facebook, and that's tvcontinental.tv, our website as well. For comments, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
All right, and after a bit of time, just a few weeks,
Yeah.
Chef Juliet of Cake Flair is back with us.
Yes, indeed.
And this means that the oven is going to get very busy soon.
Good morning.
Hey, Chef Jules.
Good morning.
I love that teaser you gave us on Instagram yesterday. That secret ingredient.
You find out today.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, so straight to this morning's highlights. First on our rundown this morning is a book chat with Oyindamola Oyedokun, a very pretty teenage author of the book Love and God.
Yes, indeed. Very young, but very talented. And from there, we'll be enjoying the music of Eben. And, well, towards the end, we'll be having a chat with him as well.
Damilola Odolo's report on Russia 2018 World Cup in Nigeria, well, the tour in Nigeria, detailing the euphoria felt by Nigerians who got the chance to see the World Cup, will be brought to you shortly.
Indeed. Wow, another powerful morning, if you ask me.
No, I'm trying to understand. We had cakes yesterday. We're having some kind of cake today, and I wonder, are we celebrating Barcelona's victory? Or? I'm just asking. Because
Mary went
we're
there.
not celebrating Barcelona. Right?
Because whenever something...
It's Women's Month. That's what we're
Whenever something happens to Arsenal, it's always the Arsenal. So I've got my boss going, he's going to kill me today.
Well, it was a very heart-wrenching match for a lot of people, but it was celebrations for others.
It's serious. First goal, third minute.
As in?
By the same Messi that did not score for 7 encounters. By the 8th encounter, Messi was on fire. This is the 9th one.
I really am not sure. I'm not understanding.
We don't mean Messi.
I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what's happening here.
Lionel Messi, not Messi.
You see, actually, with the day when Titi becomes a sports pundit, that's when you know.
Really?
That this is LA Gidigan.
Nice,
Titi started with sports. Titi, what happened? What happened?
As in, really, everybody was just all energetic about sports yesterday. I was like, what's all the buzz about? Let me even change. Maybe my remote can actually go to that channel. You know, and
it's not deleted. That channel is not deleted.
No, it's not deleted. So I actually, I didn't watch I perused. Yeah. You know.
So guys, it's Thursday, right?
Mary, I think we should stop this.
Yeah. So it's Thursday, and yeah, it's about the eve of the weekend. What plans do you guys have for the weekend?
There's supposed to be like a parents hangout, actually. You know, a lot of parents who want to just come and have a play date with their kids. It's supposed to happen this weekend. So I might be going for that.
What are you guys going to do? Bring kids to parents' work day?
There's actually a day set aside for that.
We should set our own aside, though.
There's actually a day for that. It's usually around this time, so I'll find out.
We'll find out, man.
When the kids are on holiday, obviously.
We need to get them aside to start the show with us, and you know, we see the mini yummies and mini titis, and mini Mary and all of that. We just see them. It'll be cool.
I was speaking to Titi some days ago, and I just said, I'd like to. And then I was like, oh, that's your daughter. Before I could see her, that's your daughter. Amber had collected phone. Hello, how you doing?
I get. She needs. I get outside and say, "Mommy, you're embarrassing me." Really? Things have changed. Imagine me going to tell my mom I'm embarrassing her.
What?
About that is the Komoko they give me outside. No, I can remember. I won't tell, but there's only once I've ever seen stars. You know that thing they say that you see stars when they slap you. Wasn't my father gave me a general slap? You know, public slap.
General slap.
But you know,
no, that stars is not just like stars.
We have Izefua come here every week.
No,
there's a reason. Parenting has changed. This is 2018.
Wait, now let me. I don't finish my story.
We give them
a chance
to speak,
we don't
express
understand
themselves.
That thing was, you know, when NEPA takes
light.
And
you curb them at one point.
Titi, let's hear how.
You know when NEPA takes light and you're using fluorescent bulb. NEPA just take light. The way the fluorescent will start doing as if, you know, that's how it was doing. So it's more or less like fluorescent bulb and starting.
Apparently, you still remember that slap. Is why you quickly changed the topic from Chelsea, Barcelona.
No, I didn't quickly change it. We're coming to that. We're coming to that one. No, relax. If you don't have images, it's not going to enter. Just relax. Let's get to sports. Time has not reached for that one. See, but the point is that I think that, yes, Africans, we take it too far, but some way or the other, it worked somehow. When it
didn't work because there are a lot of adults that are questionable in all their choices, decision-making right now. Are you sure it's not because they slapped them too much? Their brains shook a bit too much and they're not able to make
But you turned out well. We all turned out well.
You don't know what has happened before the person turned out well. So it is not all turned out well cases were really turned out well cases. Yeah. And then, you know, there's this thing about childhood trauma. It's been stated already, science proves it, that if your child hits the head while young, that child is likely to be very, very, very all the way to the left.
You don't want to say
issues. I'm telling you, I don't want to say it. So in that kind of situation, one dirty slap.
Is that actually
it's been
proven?
Yes, yes. Many of the worst
some slaps
had
the hand they used for the slaps. You wonder if they were raised in Wakanda. It's what Perry says is very true. There's manual reset. There's auto reset.
The one you got was auto
reset. Then there's restart. You know where you factory settings. That is just like they give birth to you again. That's factory settings reset.
That's what they gave Chelsea last time.
I think we should go over
let's stop talking about this Chelsea thing because some people are going to get into trouble. All right, it's time for the news, and Fadi has been on standby.
Well, about time, too. And on the news this hour, the Plateau State Governor, Simon Lalong, has declared a dusk-to-dawn curfew on Bassa local government and other areas affected by the herdsmen attacks. More than 30 people have been killed in these communities despite military operation. The restriction starts Wednesday midnight. Meanwhile, 7 persons were injured in Rafiki and Dutse Kura communities of Bassa local government area of Plateau State during a fresh attack by suspected herdsmen on Wednesday. And although the number of deaths has not been confirmed, it was learned that one of the persons shot by the assailants has been declared missing. President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration is working tirelessly in negotiating and partnering with neighboring countries for the unconditional release of the 110 abducted Dapchi schoolgirls. The president said this at a meeting with parents of the abducted schoolgirls, traditional rulers and government officials in Damaturu, the state capital. He was received by the Yobe State Governor Ibrahim Gaidam and other top government functionaries. The visit of Mr. President to Yobe State is the first since he assumed office in 2015. He is in that town to sympathize with the government and parents of the abducted schoolgirls and the people of the state over the unfortunate incident. While proceeding to the government house, students and well-meaning people of the state queued along the major roads despite the scorching sun to accord him a rousing welcome. Natural sound at the government house, President Buhari informed the stakeholders, including traditional rulers,
despite the scorching sun,
the Dapchi elders and The president told selected parents of the abducted girls and government officials that his administration was working assiduously for the unconditional release of the girls. The president also noted that tremendous progress had been made in the fight against terrorism, stressing that security agents have been re-equipped to ensure greater efficiency. An Abuja High Court has ordered the National Assembly to take no further action on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, which seeks to change the order of the 2019 elections. The Accord Party instituted the suit, challenging the National Assembly's right to alter the election sequence prepared by the electoral body, INEC. The restraining order issued by Justice Ahmed Mohammed is to last until March the 20th, which is the next hearing date. Delivering a ruling on an oral application by the Plaintiff Counsel, Wale Olanipekun, Justice Mohammed held that the restraining order was made to preserve the substance of the main suit. Residents and motorists around Ojota and other parts of Lagos were startled yesterday by a huge fire that engulfed the Olusosun landfall and sent huge fumes into the sky. The smoke from the burning fire posed a great danger to the health of many around that area. TVC News senior correspondent Femi Akonde captured the fire and reports of eyewitnesses.
We rushed out of that place because
what is your own job? What do you
we are buying waste cartons.
Okay.
That is our own job inside there. So everything is burning. Those who are buying plastic, all things are burning inside there. I was inside there sitting beside that light before it started, that fire before it started. Everything started burning up.
It's something that
it has so much health implication, pollution within the environment, and it's not a place where we encourage people to be at the moment. Everybody is running helter-skelter, those that are reasonable, while I still see some of those persons who want to see video, who want to still go further and see what is happening. So situations like this, thank God for the fire service team that have come for rescue and other operatives that are around. We can also see military men who have come to make the place calm. So we pray that it won't exceed more than this, and of course it doesn't damage things that are around.
The fire has really caused a panic around here. You can see billows of smoke just all over the place. Firemen are in there desperately trying to put out this fire. You know, this Olusosun dump site is notorious for the kind of stench it pours out, it throws out into the environment around here. People around here have to live with the offensive stench coming out of this Olusosun dump site, and sometimes also with this kind of fire. But I was told that this is the worst fire that this is the worst fire they have experienced in recent times here at this dump site. This is really a difficult time for motorists around here. They're trying to find their way. It's kind of a hazy weather for them. Vision has become very blurry for motorists around the expressway inwards Ojota. Another problem here again is access to the dump site. These fire trucks don't have access to the dump site. They're just trying to operate from the sideways here, because access to the dump site is usually restricted. The fire is burning on top of the dump site, and most of these fire trucks can't get to that height.
Unfortunate incident there. Thankfully, it has been contained. And that's the news this hour. I'm Fadishola Shutingwa. Up next is a weather forecast.
Well, the eagerly anticipated Barcelona versus Chelsea finally took place last night, and Mike Mexicano has the updates for us.
Thank you, Yomi. Thank you, Titi. Good morning, I'm Mike Mexicano, and this is Sports on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, Barcelona put in a performance worthy of the best team in the world as they obliterated Chelsea in the Champions League last night. 2 goals from Lionel Messi was enough for Barcelona to progress to the quarterfinals. Now, if you are a Chelsea fan, we warn you that this clip you're about to view contains content that could cause some disturbances. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Messi, little run on for Lionel Messi. Oh, he squeezed it in. Well, it's a great start for Barcelona.
Play the ball into Dembele. Alonso back to Suarez. What a touch it was from Suarez. He's not looking for the cutback, he's just looking, he has a little look at the cutback, but goes in between the legs of Courtois. Bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper.
Well, Chelsea will feel that Messi shouldn't be scoring from that angle. But he makes the improbable possible time and time again. But it doesn't change too much for Chelsea, who still... And Messi's away, he's got Suarez up with him. Will he need him? And he looks for Dembele, touch and hit. And does he hit it? He certainly does. Great credit to the player, to the quality of the move, and the coach for picking Dembele. And Barcelona take another step towards the quarter-finals.
Well, it started off with a really good block by Umtiti up the other end, just as Hazard was coming infield to get his left foot shot away, but
Here he is, sliced through, and it's through Courtois again. And surely Barcelona have booked their place in the last 8 of the Champions League. 3 goals, 2 for Messi, and although Chelsea have had much of the play, they've been winning.
Now Muller, it's his cross, and that's an excellent goal, finished superbly by Thiago Alcantara. Here is Ribéry, and Rafinha has found space on the overlap, and the cross is turned into his own goal.
Just been good enough in that final third to create.
But now it's given away. Here is Wagner Love with a great chance, and Besiktas have the goal their crowd deserves. There is the opportunity for Bayern Munich to maybe finish things off. It's James Rodriguez, Alaba, and Sandro Wagner does finish things off. He will want his side to maintain their standards as Michael Oliver blows the full-time whistle. And Bayern Munich move into the last 8 of the UEFA Champions League. In impressive style over the 2 games. 8-1 the aggregate scoreline. Thiago Alcantara, an own goal from Gökhan Gönül, and Sandro Wagner scoring their goals here in Istanbul this evening.
And of course, that was Bayern defeating Besiktas 3-1. And on that note, we come to the end of sports this morning. Let's take a look at the headlines in the papers. Yomi and Titi have you on that one.
Thanks so much, Mike. We're starting with The Nation this morning at the headline, Buhari, we will bring back Dapchi Chibok girls safely. Parents, students in tears as president visits troubled town. Ekiti landlords shut down BEDC over crazy bills. Election sequence, court stops Senate. Ivan's confession video shown in court. Russia 2018, no special plan to stop Messi. GT Bank posts 200 billion naira pre-tax profit. All on the cover of The Nation this morning.
And on the cover of The Punch, it says, schoolgirls abduction. My response better than Jonathan's, says Buhari. President handled abduction poorly, says BBOG. Journalists, others injured in Obaseki's convoy accident. Ladodra can't intimidate Oyo PDP, says Oyelese. It also says here, Nigeria's oil reserves dropped by 961 million barrels. Court fixes March 27th for suit challenging Oyegun tenure elongation. Reps to override Buhari on Peace Corps bill, 9 others. Nigeria's debt rises by 9.61 trillion naira under Buhari. Court orders National Assembly to stop polls reordering bill. And fire guts Olushosun dump. Burns Lagos buses. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch.
All right, the Daily Sun has the headline, Debt Management Office reveals Nigeria's public debt hits 21.7 trillion naira. Ozubulu killing, women protest, demand witness protection. Governors lobby National Assembly to override Buhari's veto. Southwest governors mobilize pro-president faction to quash move. Dapchi, my response better than Jonathan's, Buhari declares in Yobe. Visits school where girls were abducted. Judge withdraws from Dasuki case. Killings, Plateau imposes curfew on Bassa. And that's it on the cover of the Daily Sun.
And that's all we can take on the newspaper headlines for now.
And of course, the newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
Mike is on standby with Ben Fit this morning. It's time for fitness.
Okay, of course, Ben Fit is really gearing up now for workout this morning.
This morning workout.
Great one. How you doing, Ben Fit?
I'm doing very well.
How you doing, guys? Good morning. Okay, so what do we have for us this morning?
We're doing Tabata 5 cycle.
5 cycle. The last time, how many cycles did we do?
We could be able to complete 4.
4. Okay, so we're going to do 5. So this one has to be fast. Okay, take it away, guys.
Okay, thank you. All right, you know, to the right. Let's go. Warm up is very, very essential. You know, don't get it twisted. Enjoy yourself. Good job. Keep moving.
Get
Keep
ready
moving.
for Tabata 1.
Yeah. Keep moving. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
5.
Go,
4,
go, go.
3.
Go.
2.
Go.
1.
Keep moving. Go. 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 Keep moving. Yeah. Yeah. Keep moving. Very, very, very impact exercise.
3,
So,
2,
and you rest.
1.
That's the first cycle.
Cycle 1 complete.
Yeah, to the next one, we're going to do hurdles and some high knees. Are you ready? Okay, good job, guys. Keep moving and walk. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 Rest it out. How you guys feeling? Yeah, good job. Good. That's it. Okay. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3 moves. Ready?
Prepare
and go.
Work.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Good job. Go. Go. Keep moving. Go. 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 Keep moving. Go. That's it. Yeah.
3,
Control
2,
your breath.
1.
And 1.
Rest.
Good
Cycle
job.
3 complete.
Yeah. That's how we do it. The next one, we're going to do some jump squat. It's very, very important.
Prepare.
Are you ready?
And work.
Go. 1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, keep moving. Good job. And 1. Rest it.
Cycle 4 complete.
Control your breath. In and out. Are you ready for the last one? Okay. Oh,
Prepare
5.
And
oh,
work.
Good. Pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. 5. Keep moving. Go, 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 go. Take it easy. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. And relax it.
1.
That's good.
Rest.
Inhale.
Cycle 5 complete.
Whoa. That's good.
5 cycles.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel? I like your smile. Nice one. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So, what were we able to achieve with the Tabata workouts?
It's just a cardio workout, so it actually helps your heart rate to go high, and it helps blood circulation. Anything that has to do with importance of exercise, you can always get it.
Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so while you're stretching out, right? Well, just let's stretch out. We stretch out after our workout now.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
go.
while you're stretching out, let's head over to the kitchen, of course, and then we have Chef. We have Cake Flair in the kitchen, of course. She's with Mary. What do you guys have for us this morning?
All right, you're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And I cannot wait to get started, because when you see Chef Juliet of Cake Flares, you know cake is already there. All right, so what are we making today?
Good morning, everyone. We're making yogurt pot cake.
Yogurt pot cake.
So that's our own attempts at being, a bit healthy, on the cake stuff.
So it's supposed to be healthy.
Yeah, it is.
I've always believed cake is cake. Let's go through.
Okay, very easy recipe. You don't need to do rocket science in your measurements. We're using the yogurt pots.
This is a yogurt pot.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a yogurt pot. This is a yogurt pot here.
Okay.
You can actually use this same cup to measure everything, but because we're on TV, so I was going to measure it out so you can see it clearly.
Okay.
So we're going to start.
Okay. No, let's first let them know what ingredients these are.
We have the natural plain yogurts.
Okay.
Which is
unsweetened.
Healthy. Unsweetened.
Okay.
Then we have sugar.
To sweeten it.
Sugar.
Why didn't you just get sweetened yogurt?
Then we also have self-raising flour.
Okay.
And sunflower oil or vegetable oil.
Just a moment. You can check out the menu on your screen right now. Yogurt pot cake. Just check out the ingredients so you can scribble them down. Easier for you to follow that way. Okay.
Then we have eggs, then candied cherries. You can also use sultanas or any kind of, you know, like granola if you like.
Okay.
Then we also have unwaxed lemon zest.
Why do you call it unwaxed?
Because, you know, this is organic. They're just organic. You don't have all those ones that they spray with stuff to make it look shiny and all. Okay. So that's why it's unwaxed.
So what are these?
These are the zests of the...
The zest is usually the skin.
Yes, without the white parts, because the white part is called the pith and it's bitter. So you want the sweet, you know, aromatic part of the lemon, and that's why you have the...
So how do you do this? You grate
grate
it?
That's how I brought this.
Okay.
So you can just put it like this.
And let's not take the white one in it.
So that's it.
And of course...
then we have a fairy cupcake tray. We're going to use to portion this into cupcakes.
Okay.
Then we bake for like 15-20 minutes. And
then
that's
for those who are not familiar with this, in case they want to buy some.
Okay, this is an ice cream scooper. You know, it helps us to portion accurately. We don't want to be using our hands to be portioning that. So just scoop your batter into your, just press it and pour it in.
Okay.
You have your knife. For example, I want to kind of chunk this up a little bit when I'm baking. Then we have the palette knife.
Okay.
Then we have the wheel cutter or a pizza cutter to cut through our fondants.
Let's get started. I can't wait for this part.
Okay. So we start with our...
The yogurt goes in first. Plain yogurt.
Plain yogurt.
If the sugar goes in next, I'm just going to faint.
You can actually use brown sugar if you don't want to use refined sugars.
Okay.
You have that. Oh. It's pretty easy.
Okay, now I'm going to faint because I said it.
You stay a little bit.
All right.
Anyone can bake this pretty much. Put here 3 cups of flour.
3 cups
Three
of flour.
pots. 3 pots. I call this a pot, not a cup.
Okay.
That.
3 yogurt pots of flour.
Then you have your...
Now, the oil,
Yes.
if you take a look at it, because some people say we need to tell them measurements.
Okay.
It's not filled to the brim. It's just somewhere here. Can you see that? So just the last line up. That's where you need the oil
to the brim. I just thought cut down that a little bit.
Okay. So it depends on how much oil you want.
If I was using sunflower oil 100%, I'll fill it up because it's unsaturated.
Okay.
If you're using things like vegetable oils, you want to kind of like cut down a little bit on that.
Okay.
Then you put your eggs. Just break it into it. No special technique.
Okay.
Want to try this?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Do you know, for a moment, I thought the egg was going to break on my hand, and I was like, what is wrong with me?
Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll just mix. We're not really folding, we're mixing.
Okay. Are you deliberately not using the mixer, or there's no need for it?
No need for it.
Okay.
We'll use the mixer for the whipped cream.
Okay. So you're going to whip this for, mix
We'll
it for how long?
just mix it till it's fully incorporated into the batter.
Okay. And that takes less than 5 minutes, obviously.
Like a minute or 2, thereabouts.
Okay.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
We're done. You can
This
see
is
how...
all the batter.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to rise?
You know, you already have baking powder in your flour. So you can see the chemical reactions
because that
happening.
wasn't mentioned, was why I needed to point it out.
If you use self-raising flour, it already contains baking soda, baking powder.
Okay.
So we'll now have to add
lemon zest.
I'm using just half because I kind of grated 2.
Okay.
So I'm using half of that.
She's a fan of lemon zest. Like, the moment I saw the lemon, I said,
like
zesting today.
Okay, so I'll put this right there.
Okay.
And I'll chunk this up a little bit. You can use everything. You can use practically like maybe like chocolate chips.
I can put anything I want inside.
Yes, anything you really like granola. Okay. What else again? Sultanas. You know, these are cherries. You can use fresh
as well.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Since we're talking healthy now.
Yeah. So just chunk that in. Throw that in.
Why did you not cut these ones?
I mean, I just showed you how you can do it. You can actually add them whole if you like, but I thought it would be nice to show you that you can also cut it up. Yeah.
All right.
So this is ready.
So while Chef Julia tries to put this all together, we will go for a short break. And when we return, it will be on a book chat with Oyindamola Depo Oyedokun. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. Now, Oyindamola Oyedokun is the author of Love and God, a novel that explores the life of a young lady, her choices and the effects of those choices around her. Oyindamola, of course, is only 16 years old when she published this book in 2017, and she's here to talk about it. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a really, really nice book, Love and God. Can you tell us a little bit about it? Of course, I mean, you're not going to let the cat out of the bag, but tell us about this book and why you wrote it.
Okay, so Love and God is basically about a struggle I feel is common in our world today. Many youths are feeling like they have to drift out of Christianity because it's the norm to just do things that are sexually promiscuous and things in that light. Yeah, what everybody else is doing. That's the norm now. So what happens in this book is actually the main character, her name is Feyekemi. Yeah. She's a pastor's daughter. She's been brought up that way since she was born, and she's been brought up in a strictly Christian environment. So when she travels to the US, she's free. Like, there's nobody to look at her, look after her. So she basically has the freedom that she's never had. And she starts to wonder what the other world outside of Christianity would look like. So she wants to wander and have fun and just see what it is like. And the thing is, she has a neighbor, an atheistic neighbor. His name is Jason, and he gets to offer her that opportunity.
Now, one of the things that, you know, when you read the book, it's almost like you're taken out of, in quotes, a comfort zone. So you were, you know, pastor's daughter in Nigeria, shielded from, you know, the outside world, and suddenly you're taken out of the comfort zone, put in another location, and that freedom just makes you want to do everything. And then Jason became her boyfriend at a point.
Yes, he did.
And, you know, a number of things happened between them. Now, there was a traumatic experience that happened, an accident that she had shortly after something with Jason. Did that traumatic experience shake things up a bit for her?
Yes, so I think it did. I think because what led to the traumatic experience was actually the mental battle that's involved, okay, choosing between Jason and the world, the secular world that he offered her, and choosing God. Yes. So I think when she had that experience, it sort of put things into perspective for her a bit, like God was the one that was important. Because the thing is, with near-death experiences, that's always what happens. Exactly. It puts things in perspective. So for her, it was just like a time of, like, it just made things clearer. Like
introspection.
Yes, a time of introspection. It made things clearer for her. So from then, I think it became easier for her to realize that, you know what, this world that Jason has to offer is not all that compared to what I had with God. Okay, so, I mean, we're going to talk about when Feyekemi eventually wanted to get married and all of that later on in the book. But before that, one of the questions I've always wanted to ask is, for young people, especially young people like you and maybe slightly older, is this always a struggle, a choice between God on the one hand and life's experiences, or the experiences that young people have on the other hand, because it looks like it's one or the other? Yeah, I feel like it's a very serious struggle that a lot of people face, even if it's in smaller degrees, not compared to the one that is in this book, for example. But even in smaller degrees, there are times when you just feel like being a Christian or whatever is too rigid and it's not fun, it's too strict. Let me have the freedom that comes with doing, like, just basically life's experiences, like you said. So there are times a lot of people, even from young ages, that's why I was able to write a book like this, because even if it's in smaller degrees, I have experienced this to an extent. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like it's a very serious struggle that a lot of teenagers, youth face.
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the day, I mean, when you read a book like this, it's almost like bringing some clarity into what your life's choices should be. Because at the end of the day, she chose God, and she said, you know what, this is more important to me, my future, and all of that. Is that what you're also telling other teenagers and other young people to do?
Yes, well, especially, okay, this book, it's a Christian book, but I feel like it also gives, like, advice and a sense of direction to people who are not Christians as well. Because the thing is, I feel like the title is Love and God. So for her, it was like she was having to choose between love and God. But this book kind of, it puts things in perspective that you don't have to choose between romantic love and that thing that you're very passionate about.
That's one of the questions I wanted to ask. Because
so
it's almost like pitching the two against each other. But the Bible also says that God is love.
Yes,
so that's like, okay, why do I have to then choose between love and God?
Yes.
But that's not what you're saying.
Yes, so any love that will push you away from that thing that you're very passionate about, any love that questions that thing and makes you feel like you have to choose is not the correct love for you, basically.
Right.
There's always going to be the better love or the better option that will come and encompass those two things for you.
All right, so to round off, you're going to read just a short portion of the book. I'm not sure how much time we have, but you're going to read from page 40, you said.
Yes.
All right, so can you just take us through that?
Okay. The disappointment in our eyes disheartened you. Valerie, Fekemi, do you even know what you're doing? She yelled at you. He makes me happy. You defended. The happiness he gives you is fleeting. You smiled at Valerie for a while. Valerie, you had your fun. I never got a chance to. I have always been the perfect little Christian girl, never taking... Stop! Stop right there. Did you ever consider that what brought us together was that you were that perfect little Christian girl? I had what you consider as fun, but I was empty before I found Christ. Well, maybe I've been full for too long and need to empty it out. She stared at you in disbelief. Who are you? Valerie, this doesn't change me. It can't. She shook her head and smirked. I can't do this. You can't do what? Watch you throw your life away. You mean you can't watch me be happy? It's not the same thing, Faye. She stood up, ready to prove her point to you. It will be so hard for you to go back. This will change your soul. If you don't want me to be with Jason, just say it. Oh my goodness. Don't you see what the devil is trying to do? He's blinding you. You looked away and sighed. Love is blind. Not this way, Faye. Not like this. I can't watch you do this.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I mean, this is like a struggle. This is the actual struggle when she was about to go in with Jason and continue with him. And wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. This is really good. The book is Love and God by Oyindamola Oyedokun. And hopefully people can get their copies at various bookstores and stuff, right?
It's available in Page bookstores on Allen Avenue in Lagos and Roving Heights in Yaba. And it's also available in about 8 other stores nationwide. You can order anywhere in Nigeria with Ama Books at Ama Books or amabooks@gmail.com. And the ebook is available on okadabooks.com.
All right. Thanks so much, Feikem, for joining us. Oh, sorry, Oyindamola.
Yes.
All right. So we're heading over to the kitchen for updates right now.
All right. You're welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. The cake is already in the oven. Let's show them what it'll look like after being mixed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're making yogurt pot cake. And
so we have the batter already mixed and spooned into the fairy cupcakes.
So this will be going into the oven shortly. We just wanted you to see what it will look like when you put it in, okay? Now,
the next stage, right? Yeah. Okay, so mix the whipped cream.
Okay.
Then I did some like shards, fondant shards, edible. If you see some, I kind of speckled them with a bit of chocolates, you know. I also made the balls. I wanted to make like an ice cream cone-ish kind of decor on the cupcakes.
Okay.
So I'll mix the whipped cream quickly. This is 200 grams whipping cream powder.
Okay, so we're going to be making the whipped cream. Interesting that we made whipped cream just yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yes, we had whipped cream made. You put it in this? Okay.
Yeah, I'm using the measure.
So you got pots.
That's our secrets. A buzzword for today.
Okay.
That's this is like 1 cup, one normal cup. So this is a pot, yeah.
Okay. So just a full cup.
We whip it for like 2 to 3 minutes, thereabout. This is the right consistency.
So we just keep whipping this, just water and cream powder.
Yeah. So while that's going on, we can show you how to mix Okay, it's mixing.
Yeah.
Show you how to do the shads.
Okay, please do.
Yeah.
I would really like to see that.
We have
You make use of this to do the shads?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No. We use yes to make the shads.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll out the paste a little bit. It's a quick. Okay. So just take a little.
So from this paste you make this?
Yes.
And this?
You can color it. You can have pink, yellow. So it's already forming.
Yes, it's forming quite nicely. There's
So
something
just take a little bit.
eating whipped cream. Very delicious.
With clean hands.
Of course.
And you have that.
Nice.
Then to
How
make
many
this,
different shapes? Does it have to be balls?
for the decor we're doing, it's just balls. Then just, you know, when you put a ball on your ice cream with a shard of something, or wafer or something, so you can have that. So it's ready.
So it's ready now.
Yeah. See the
At
magic?
what point do you know your whipped cream is perfect?
Okay, for me, I can eyeball it now. When I first started, I was like, okay, 4 minutes. Be watching the clock while it's 4 minutes. But now
This
you can
wasn't up
see.
to 4 minutes though.
well-
So for a first timer, how can you tell by looking at it?
I'm still going to go ahead and cream it some more, but you see, it forms like stiff peaks towards the end.
I
so
see
we're-
that isn't dropping.
No, it's not dropping. So we're almost there. But you see, it's pretty nice and easy.
Okay, I would like to see the end result. So people who are just learning to make it at home can at least know what it looks like when it's ready.
Yeah.
It looks like it's almost there.
Almost there.
Okay. So let's go on with this.
Okay. So we just kind of, our table is clean.
Okay.
We have a shaker. I didn't bring that up.
Okay.
Just shake some icing sugar on the table. I need it.
Okay. This is
I'm
to
watching
make
that as
this
well.
right, to make
Yes.
it dry. Interesting. Well, it's time for a break. The show continues shortly with a performance from Eben. Stay with us.
Hello, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. You know, we promise you the best, and of course, that's what we have, as we have popular Nigerian gospel singer Emmanuel Benjamin, popularly known as Eben. He'll be performing the song Joyful Noise.
Yes,
it's great to have you.
Yes,
man.
boss.
All right, take it away.
Thank you.
right there. Wonderful, wonderful. Now,
Thanks,
Joyful
man.
Noise, wonderful, great song, by the way. What's the inspiration behind the Joyful Noise?
Just make a joyful noise, man. Enough of complaining, enough of wishing some things were not the way they were. Just make a joyful noise, you know. Celebrate the faithfulness of God. Some things are not about money. Like I was saying in the song, thanking you for life, thanking you for peace of mind, thanking you for mercy. Those things money can buy.
Can buy, true.
Yeah, so those are the things that inspires our praise and our noise, not just the money.
All right, we'll be talking to Eben much later on, have a longer chat with him. Don't go nowhere. Let's head over to the kitchen now. Let's find out how far they've gone in the kitchen.
Well, we've gone really far, just not as far as Worry. And as you can see, the whipped cream is ready.
Yep.
I still have Chef Juliet of Cake Flair here. So what are we doing now?
We're trying to color, like marble the whites to give it some depth and character.
Okay.
So that's what I'm just doing. Oh, it's not so...
Shall I add more?
Just a little more.
Okay. Are we trying to get like cloud blue?
No, just like a marbly effect. So that's too much.
Okay.
Normally you should use like liquid color.
Okay.
But this is qualifying if you know how to mix it in. So we're just marbling. We're not really mixing it. So you see, we get this marbly, cloudy effects. So I'll teach you how to pipe.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
So just scoop this right in to your piping bag. I have a tip 1M. It gives you a sort of like a Shirley kind of ribbed design. We're going to do like a rosette piping.
Okay.
So, but the cupcake has to cool before you start piping, so it doesn't melt.
Yeah.
So, but just press it in like this. Pipe out the air. Then you just, go swirly 360 degrees, like that.
On the cupcake?
Yes.
That's when we're serving?
Yeah. Then you can just add, this is just like a teaser.
Okay.
Add this, then you put a shard.
Just like that?
Yeah. You can have it speckled chocolate. You can have your pink,
colored one.
And the cupcake.
Oh
so we'll just wait for the cupcake to come out.
Yeah, so
and we
still
have
baking.
this.
It should be out in about 5 minutes.
You can
That
also
will make
add
it 15.
wafer if you don't want this,
Okay, your choice.
Different types of stuff.
Nice.
The ideas are limitless.
Interesting. There's so many things you can actually make at home, and you never know just how far you can go until you have access to so many possibilities.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're making today is actually yogurt pot cake. And Chef Juliet has been super busy. She's shown us how to make the pot cake itself. She's shown us how to make this shads. She's shown us how to make the balls.
Sugar balls.
Yes. So.
And the whole idea is baking with the yogurt cup. You don't have to have like measuring cup. Although I say baking is like cooking with measurements. So you can measure with this or anything that you have at home.
You've been doing a lot of measuring with this. So for those who are interested in knowing what measurements, exact measurements, I'm sure you've been following what we've been doing all the while. Okay, so
we'll just check and see.
I was going to say that. Let's check and see. The thing with cakes is you cannot. It's ready, almost, or it is.
Yeah, it's ready actually.
Oh my, fantastic! The thing about cakes is you cannot tell just how quickly these things get. They're very funny sometimes.
Oops.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
See?
Oh my, look at that beautiful color. Let's put it where the camera can see it easily.
It's still very hot. Watch it.
Just see. Just take a look at this. Oh my. I want everyone to see this. I'm always feeling good when I'm part of a wonderful creation, even if it's in the kitchen. Can you see that?
Okay.
It's lovely, isn't it? Wow.
And it has this.
And you know you were worried about it being too large for each, but it's turned out right.
Because that scoop goes for exactly 1 cup. See, this was a bit too much. You can see it's almost spilling on the tray, but we're fine.
This one is the one that is like...
and the yummiest looking.
And the yummiest looking too, see? You never know.
Oh, isn't this so therapeutic?
I feel like a proud mommy. And she already told you that this is exactly how we're going to design each cake, okay? So the decoration, but it has to cool. So we'll let it cool for about 15 to 20 or maybe 30 minutes. There's enough time for that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, however, I need you to stay with us. We'll be right back. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello, Nigeria. If you're watching this, you're in for a thrilling time with us.
Yeah.
Thrilling time, really?
Thrilling.
Where did that come from?
It's thrilling. It's F-I-R.
Well,
F-R-I.
just in case you are wondering, this is Wake Up Nigeria. We have loads of fun here, even when we're trying to thrill you.
Yeah, over the next hour, we're going to be starting you off with a report on the World Cup Trophy tour in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And Damilola Odolo was there to capture the excitement.
Because of Jesus, every day now shakara they do. Double heavenly blessings.
Have a few words with him.
Ah, yeah. God, your grace and mercy is always to follow me.
Yeah, so Eben will be joining us later on for a chat right here on the couch. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it was a great performance earlier, by the way.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Joyful praise, a joyful noise.
Joyful noise.
Yeah, that was it.
Joyful noise. You know, it's amazing what music can do to your morning. You know, sometimes when you just hear the right song, even if you're in a bad mood, it just perps you up. You know,
Yeah,
and
when you have nice cakes with hot chocolate, it just gets you going. I think one of the hardest things ever is to have to be in the kitchen to cook when you can't eat.
Why?
Oh, right. Oh,
What?
some people are
I've
in
been
Lent.
suffering it for 3 weeks now.
Some people are in Lent.
So that's yeah, you're calling suffering. You're supposed to be happy.
That is it. You're suffering happily.
No.
You're suffering and smiling like a typical.
Mary, that paradigm needs to change. You are. What are you praying for? You have a request, right? You're fasting for it. You should be happy and joyful when you see the food. Smile. No, not
This
today.
dude is a Catholic too. He's a Catholic.
No,
Let's ask him how
you know I do. Mary, this is it. You just say, if the food comes, you know, I have a greater calling today.
You know what has been happening to me? Because of the inhalation of all the smells, I don't feel hungry till like 7, 8 p.m.
Oh, really?
It's that crazy because I feel like I've eaten already.
I don't believe that.
I've been trying really hard to you know, feel the usual hunger at 3 because Saturday, Sundays, I feel hungry early. But weekdays, the moment I leave the kitchen, I feel like I'm full. I feel like I'm even.
Well, it does seem, it's just like when you see, you know, someone that doesn't eat that much, you see a huge plate of food, sometimes it's intimidating, you know.
Yeah, so
you're like, where do I start from?
Where do I start from, eh?
You know, but we fit farm people.
All of you before me fit farm
people. No, really.
I'm not part of you.
No, but you see, there's a conspiracy.
With good food.
You see something. Okay, so guys, this is to everybody out there. There's a conspiracy that's been going on Wake Up Nigeria, and I have to talk about it. I think Yomi, DT, Mary, my director, my producers, everybody's just. I mean, come on, man. Mike for the Kitchen has been trending for a while, and they all come together.
I can't believe I took you seriously.
No, it was trending in me. You know when? You see, it has to trend in you before it trends out.
Mike really wants to go to that kitchen.
No. See, so you see, all of you, they're Wake Up Nigeria. I don't know what's wrong with all these my people.
I don't know. I don't know why.
I don't know.
They don't want to put you in the kitchen, but they have their reasons.
They
have their reasons.
Say, for example, on a day we're baking cake, like yesterday, a full cake. This one, we can understand if it takes like 2, 3, 4 cupcakes.
Yeah.
But on a day we're baking a full cake and it's time to feed the guests. And we're supposed to display the cake and we are asked for the cake. And Mike says, oh, we already gave the guests the slice. What happened to the rest?
It's gone.
all to the show that you see the process. Is that not enough for you? The last one, you still want to see it.
But we're excited to see. We're excited to see what Chef Juliet's going to do.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I already have a feel of it.
You guys are making me hungry. I beg, let's go to news.
Before that, we're heading to the news. Fade is just wondering what's going on over here, but you know.
Indeed, I am. On the news this hour, the Plateau State Governor, Simon Lalong, has declared a dusk to dawn curfew on Bassa local government and other areas affected by herdsmen attacks. More than 30 people have been killed in these communities despite military operation. The restriction starts Wednesday midnight. 7 persons were injured in Rafiki and Dutse Kura communities of Bassa local government area of Plateau State during a fresh attack by suspected herdsmen on Wednesday. And although the number of deaths have not been confirmed, it was learned that one of the persons shot by the assailants has been declared missing. President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration is working tirelessly in negotiating and partnering with neighboring countries for the unconditional release of the 110 abducted Dapchi schoolgirls. The president said this at a meeting with parents of the abducted schoolgirls, traditional rulers and government officials in Damaturu, the state capital. He was received by the Yobe State Governor Ibrahim Gaidam and other top government functionaries. The visit of Mr. President to Yobe State is the first since he assumed office in 2015. He is in that town to sympathize with the government and parents of the abducted schoolgirls and the people of the state over the unfortunate incident. And while proceeding to the government house, students and well-meaning people of the state queued along the major roads despite the scorching sun to accord him a rousing welcome. At the government house, President Buhari informed the stakeholders, including traditional rulers, that Dapchi elders and selected parents of the abducted girls and government officials that his administration was working assiduously for the unconditional release of the girls. The president also noted that tremendous progress had been made in the fight against terrorism, stressing that security agents have been re-equipped to ensure greater efficiency. In legal matters, an Abuja High Court has ordered the National Assembly to take no further action on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, which seeks to change the order of the 2019 elections. The Accord Party instituted the suit challenging the National Assembly's right to alter the election sequence prepared by the electoral body, INEC. The restraining order issued by Justice Ahmed Mohammed is to last until March the 20th, which is the next hearing date. Delivering a ruling on an oral application by the plaintiff counsel, Wale Olanikbekun, Justice Mohammed held that the restraining order was made to preserve the substance of the main suit. Residents and motorists around Ojota and other parts of Lagos were startled yesterday by a huge fire that engulfed the Oloshosun landfill and sent huge fumes into the sky. The smoke from the burning fire posed a great danger to the health of many around that vicinity. TVC News correspondent Femi Akonde captured the fire and reports of eyewitnesses.
My name is Larry Abiodun. This is the motor that I'm driving. We rush out of that place because
what is your own job? What do you
we are buying waste cartons.
Okay.
That is our own job inside there. So everything is burning. Those who are buying plastic, all things are burning inside there. I was inside there sitting beside that light before it started, that fire before it started. Everything started burning up.
It's something that
it has so much health implication. Pollution within the environment, and it's not a place where we encourage people to be at the moment. Everybody is running helter-skelter, those that are reasonable, while I still see some of those persons who want to see video, who want to still go further and see what is happening. So situations like this, thank God for the fire service team that have come for rescue and other operatives that are around. We can also see military men who have come to make the place calm. So we pray that it won't exceed more than this, and of course it doesn't damage things that are around.
The fire has really caused a panic around here. You can see billows of smoke just all over the place. Firemen are in there desperately trying to put out this fire. You know, this Oloshosun dump site is notorious for the kind of stench it pours out, it throws out into the environment around here. People around here have to live with the offensive stench coming out of this Oloshosun dump site, and sometimes also with this kind of fire. But I was told that this is the worst fire that this is the worst fire they have experienced in recent times here at this dump site. This is really a difficult time for motorists around here. They're trying to find their way. It's kind of a hazy weather for them. Vision has become very blurry for motorists around the expressway inwards Ojota. Another problem here again is access to the dump site. These fire trucks don't have access to the dump site. They're just trying to operate from the sideways here, because access to the dump site is usually restricted. The fire is burning on top of the dump site, and most of these fire trucks can't get to that height.
Well, we would like to inform you, though, that condition has been contained. That's the news this hour. I am Fadi Shalashotunwa. Up next is the weather forecast.
It's still lots of nerves that are frayed this morning because of the Barcelona with Chelsea shellacking.
Yeah,
by Barcelona.
it was really interesting.
Okay. Bring it here. Thank you. Really? Thank you. All right. I would notice that my director is the king of banter, man. He has some nice lines there. But then Barcelona put in a performance worthy of the best team in the world as they decimated Chelsea in the Champions League last night. 2 superb goals, of course, through the legs of Courtois from Lionel Messi was enough for Barcelona to progress to the quarterfinals. Now, if you're a Chelsea fan, we warn you that this clip you're about to view contains content that could cause you some more damage. Let's check out the highlights.
Messi, it'll run on for Lionel Messi. Oh, he squeezed it in. Well, it's a great start for Barcelona.
Play the ball into Dembele. Alonso back to Suarez. What a touch it was from Suarez. He's not looking for the cutback. He's just looking. He has a little look at the cutback, but goes in between the legs of Courtois. Bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper.
Well, Chelsea will feel that Messi shouldn't be scoring from that angle. But he makes the improbable possible time and time again. But it doesn't change too much for Chelsea, who still... And Messi's away, he's got Suarez up with him. Will he need him? And he looks for Dembele, touch and hit. And does he hit it? He certainly does. Great credit to the player, to the quality of the move, and the coach for picking Dembele. And Barcelona take another step towards the quarter-finals.
Well, it started off with a really good block by Umtiti up the other end, just as Hazard was coming infield to get his left foot shot away, but
here he is, sliced through, and it's through Courtois again. And surely Barcelona have booked their place in the last 8 of the Champions League. 3 goals, 2 for Messi, and although Chelsea have had much of the play, they've been winning.
All right, so the general consensus is that Courtois should get some skets. But then we'll take headlines in the papers, but we'll go on a break before that, and when we get back, we'll continue.
Welcome back. It's time for us to take another look at the newspaper headlines. And on the cover of The Guardian, it says, will override Buhari's veto, National Assembly vows. Court stops passing of electoral bill. PDP unveils APC's anti-Senate plot. It also says here, public debt hits 21.7 trillion naira, rises by 4.365 trillion naira. Debt office insists stock remains sustainable. On the cover of The Guardian, we also have this news, respite for students as varsity's non-teaching staff suspend strike. Thank goodness for that. Okomu's oil share price in record 4-fold increase. NYSC withdraws core members from volatile areas in Kaduna State. Science mourns as Stephen Hawking dies at 76. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
The Vanguard leads with the headline, Buhari, Jonathan at war over Dapchi schoolgirls. Unlike Jonathan, I acted fast, says Buhari. Adds, I won't rest until Dapchi Chibok girls are rescued. Orders security agencies to brief him every 24 hours. 2019 election sequence. Court stops National Assembly from overriding Buhari. Public debt stands at 21.7 trillion naira, says the DMO. Naira appreciates further to 360.2 naira. Nigeria ranks 91 on UN Global Happiness Index. Are you happy?
91. Wow.
Normalcy returns to varsities as unions suspend 3-month strike. And finally, Senate probes East-West Road contracts. All on the cover of the Vanguard this morning.
And that's all we can take on the newspaper headlines for today.
And of course, the newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
Okay, so last Saturday was all about the Russia 2018 World Cup that popped by into Nigeria. A lot of people were able to see it at TBS, Tafawa Balewa Square, Odikon in Lagos. Many had the rare opportunity to view the original trophy, which took a tour of Nigeria in the cities of Abuja and, of course, Lagos.
Now, Damilola Odolo's report is up next.
It was a day of bonding for not only football lovers but also non-football fans at the Coca-Cola World Cup Trophy Tour in Lagos. Nigerians are here for a chance to get a close look at the tournament's treasured prize.
This is an extraordinary opportunity for people to take in a piece of football history and to share with each other the passion for the sport. Right here, we have people, going in to view the original World Cup, and the World Cup is right there inside. They're going to be taking a look at it, and I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful experience.
Since a large percentage of the country's population will not be in Eastern Europe for the championship, this is their only opportunity to see closely the original trophy and take a selfie.
Alright, so we're still at the viewing of the original World Cup. This one will be very good, and the original one. And right here I've got Asiri and Woli Arole. What do you guys think about the viewing? Like, how's the feeling? How do you feel right now?
Great, awesome. It's a beautiful thing that something like this is being brought to Nigeria. We're seeing it. It brings a lot of people coming together. It's like bringing a lot of cultures, celebrating football. It's amazing. I love it.
All right, so about you, Asiri?
Yeah, the World Cup on our soil, World Cup is a symbol of unity. Football is something that brings everyone together. So the World Cup on our soil signifies unity, you can see the energy, the ginger of people coming out to see it. So having the World Cup here, personally, I'm excited, very excited.
I feel so happy. This is once in a lifetime moment. Man, I can't imagine I just viewed the World Cup.
Original one.
The original one, not be China. Not be Abament. Not be toy. The original, the gold. I nearly one took my hand. Now the bounce at home my hand.
If you try.
God. The real World Cup is here. I saw it in my eye. With my real eyes, I saw it.
Aside from the chance to get a photo shoot with the trophy, fans also participated in a lot of other games. With fans seeing this iconic diadem live in Abuja and Lagos, Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr and his men will definitely be swelling with optimism as they prepare for Russia 2018.
There's always a first time for everything. I don't see any reason why we can't. The world football powers are not so strong at the moment. There's really no clear-cut gap between the minnows and the great teams anymore. So I expect a surprise, so I hope it surprises Nigeria.
As I'm talking to you, I'm fully prepared. Let me tell you, I'm already in Russia now. As I'm talking to you now, live and direct, I'm already in Russia. I've applied and I've gotten my match ticket, so I'm already in Russia as I'm talking to you now.
I think from the last World Cup, I think Nigeria footballers are ready. Our guys are ready to do this. Even if we know win, we'll carry second. This time around, this World Cup, we are coming back with something.
So given the prophetic word, do you think that Nigeria will at least come back home with the World Cup?
Yes, but not this year. Not Russia. What I'm saying, Nigeria is going to carry the World Cup, but probably not this one. With what I've seen, not this World Cup. But they are still coming home. So
actually, what does the book say? The book, what does it say?
Nigeria will win cup, but it's not World Cup. Cup na cup. So but Nigeria will win cup.
The tour, which started in Abuja, ended in Lagos with style on Saturday. Nigerian fans got their fingers crossed for the World Cup as they hope for the best for the Super Eagles.
Wow.
Very nice. I still don't believe that's the real World Cup, though.
Well,
I still feel like it's a replica.
Okay,
but
so when the World Cup came, this is almost a long time ago. The
Yeah.
last time it came to Nigeria, I was there. I was one of the ushers there. And I can tell you that security is real.
Yeah.
They are guarding it like no tomorrow. You know, it's an amazing, amazing piece that Damilola put together there.
Yeah,
And
very
it looked
nice.
like they all had a lot of fun.
Mhm. It looks like the...
We have Eben in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After an amazing performance earlier on
Thank you.
of Joyful Noise. Very nice. Very nice.
So we are so excited to have you in the studio. Of course, Eben is a very popular Nigerian gospel singer that is blessed with a unique voice and grace to teach and minister God's word through his life and his touching music.
Yeah, of course. After working in a studio as a background vocalist for years, like up to 9 years, he then ignited his career in 2007 with the release of his first solo album, of course, On The Rock. He has a number of awards that he's won and many, many nominations, international performances here and
indeed.
there. US, UK, you know, South Africa, all over.
Sorry, before we start, did you see our footage on the World Cup visiting Nigeria? Did you see it just now?
Yes, yes, I saw it just now.
I'm a Chelsea fan, though.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about.
But I sympathize. I sympathize with them. That was it. Some serious trash yesterday. They were outclassed, outmatched, outplayed, out everything.
Oh, dear
me. Hazard was not hazardous. He was just there like, come on, I'm looking at Fabregas, I'm looking at Hazard, I'm looking at all the Chelsea.
Yeah.
And they were like some regular guys. I'm like, come on, man, this happens to the best of us. They were just outplayed. So sad.
Before we turn this to a sports segment, let's go back to music.
Because when he was mentioning names, I didn't know that. You know.
Yeah, I'm like, no, but I think we should take a short break now. When we come back, we'll be talking a little more with Eben.
Welcome back. We have here with us, so excited to have Eben join us this morning.
Yes, indeed. You saw him perform earlier. You heard his sporting views. Now hear how music is treating him now.
Amazing.
So this has been over a decade now.
Yes, a little over a decade. It's a beautiful journey of progress, of growth, of God's goodness and God's favor. I mean, you look at some guys who came out when we came out, then they're no more.
Yeah.
They're there, but they're like they're not there. But God has managed to keep us relevant in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
As far as music and the gospel is concerned, that's a blessing that I do not take lightly at all. I mean, every now and then, there's always something fresh coming from our stables, and it's just humbling to see how God can consistently, I mean, he's a consistent God, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm so blessed to have this kind of life and this kind of work with God.
One of the things that has always struck me, especially with music and gospel music and all that, is there's got to be a difference between when you're sitting down to write a gospel song and when you're sitting down to write a secular song. Of course, probably the same principles when you're talking about technical, but there's got to be a difference between, I mean, you're not writing a song to make it a hit, that, oh, everybody's going to be playing it and then we're going to sell. You know, you have to be writing a song to be able to connect with God and with a message in it. So how does it work with you?
Well, I beg to differ because I think it's the same thing. God is interested in results. He said, if you don't bear fruit, I'll cut you off. So as a gospel artist, you're not just freestyling or enjoying yourself. There was a need in God's people's lives that that was what necessitated your call. If there was no need for what you were doing, he wouldn't give you that assignment. So the people matter to God a lot. So when you're thinking about the people. It's not just about you. Ministry is another word for ministry is service.
Right.
You can't just be setting up a restaurant to be feeding yourself. When you're setting up a service, you're thinking of people. So when we write, just like they are writing, it's just that the motive is different. The secular artist is talking about himself, what he's got, the girl he wants, the girl sensual stuff. But you are a messenger, you're working for God. That's why it's gospel. So your brand is projecting Jesus, projecting goodwill, projecting positivity for the society. So you are thinking about the people when you pen down whatever you're penning. It's not just about what you like, but of course you have to believe what you are writing. You have to be what you're writing. So you're thinking, how is this going to bless people? What is the need musically in the body of Christ, in the body? What good would this piece do? So that guides your writing, that guides your dedication. Sometimes because of what you want and the impact you want it to be, you spend more time receiving, fine-tuning, editing what you are going to churn out. Sometimes you do some work that you spend so much money, but at that time it's not relevant, so you debunk it, you put it somewhere, and you say, okay, no, this is not relevant anymore. The shift has changed. So we're always thinking about God's people, because it was because of them that the call was necessary.
I can still remember in 2008, 2009, I was still on the radio then. There was this question of, can a rock artist, not even whether secular or gospel, can a rock artist survive in this industry? So the fact that you were able to kind of maintain that genre, I'm wondering the kind of process you had to put in place, and the kind of journey you had, making sure that you didn't change from what you started.
Yeah, I think that uniqueness sells. If everybody's doing the same thing, then it will not be necessary. Just be, So I was looking at an edge, which was the rock side, and I'm like, this thing can work because nobody's really doing this line. So I thought, okay, let's use this genre. Besides, music is universal. There's so many Nigerians who are hooked on rock sound, you cannot imagine. When I started, some people were like, this guy is not even real rock, man. This guy. That means there were people who studied the science of rock music and everything. So they could tell that I was just a beginner, but I heard God. And they were saying, no, this guy is not really a rock star. I mean, and they were right. But God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. So, so I responded, and he began to qualify me. He began to magnify the little that I knew in the genre, and we're here today.
Wow.
Amazing.
I feel like also tweeting that line.
Qualifies the called.
Qualifies the called. It doesn't call the qualified.
One of the things that I also noted began to happen was your infusion of African sounds into that rock genre. Because I'm also like a musical buff. So when I listen to stuff, I'm like, okay, I see what this guy is doing. So because I think you also explained a little bit of it, because you said your sound has to be relevant to the people that you're reaching out to.
Exactly.
So you weren't just doing rock in a vacuum. You now began to infuse some of that African sound, some of that pidgin English, the local languages and all of that. Even a little bit of Yoruba, Igbo, everything. You put everything into your music, so that if it's an album with 15 songs, there's something for everybody.
Exactly.
So it's amazing what you're doing right now, bringing other people in and collaborations.
I thought, it's all about communication. I went. How God opened it up for me was I went to church, and then people were singing. It was just all beautiful, but I discovered that, like a few times around that time, I went to the UK, and when you saw somebody who spoke your dialect in a foreign land, you felt like, you're on the streets of London and you see, guy, how far? And he goes, now, the connection is stronger. You could have just said, hey, what's up? How you doing? And everybody. So the Spirit of God told me, language is powerful. If people can communicate even to me from their language, their understanding and their passion will be more expressed. So I thought, wow, okay, let's put it in the rock. Nobody is doing it. So
I was gonna, I want to take us away from music now and talk about, your well, I want to say private life.
Okay.
Your home. We know that you married someone in the music industry as well.
Yes.
And you've been happily married for how long now?
Going on 5 years now.
5 years.
Nice, nice.
2013. Is that 5 years?
I'm saying it publicly.
It is.
Jadelle is going to be watching. Okay.
So you know, there's always that thing that, you know, how do you get married to someone in the industry?
Yeah.
And how do you make it work?
Yeah. It beats me because normally, you're like, there'll be clash of interest. Okay, you're going for your shows and all. She has to go to her shows and all. What's going to happen to the kids? Are they going to be raised by house helps and all that? And I said, I didn't want that. I didn't want that. But God is amazing. Sometimes you think that you can analyze what He wants you to do with your senses, but He has other plans, you know. I'd known her as a friend, but I even fought the idea that, no, this doesn't work. You know, you're a musician, you marry a lawyer, or you marry a banker, somebody who's just in another field, who there's a human thinking. So, and the Spirit of God said, that's not my maths. The Bible says that 1 shall chase 1,000, 2 shall chase 10,000. Wow, if 2 people who agree on a particular thing, they are more stronger, 10 times more. And I said, wow, okay, so we get married, and I thought I was blessed. I always tell people, until I married my wife, and I saw, wow, even songwriting became like this. She's like a walking
songwriter.
Yeah,
walking song.
Like anything like this, sound, music, inspiration is like this with my wife. It's like, just say anything. If you say a word, she's already singing. I'm like, who does that? If I have to write a song, I have to be in the zone, you know what I mean? Yeah. Be in that, oh my God. But my wife is like, pam, pam, pam. Any little thing, she just hears one sound and she's already saying, this is another level.
Do you exchange like ideas and songs? Like
Hey,
maybe
I'm
she writes a
telling
song
you,
and say, okay,
I'm telling
you know
you.
what, I don't want to sing this song, take it. Do you do that?
We do that too, it's amazing. You know, there are some songs I write, there's a song I wrote and I'm like, babe, this is your song. And she's like, don't worry, I said, this is your song. This song is great. And she sang the song and people went, what?
Yeah.
And then she's like, a couple of my songs, you cannot imagine are from her.
Oh.
She just singing, I'm like, I like that one, leave it.
Wow.
I like, you know that kind of relationship. I mean, it just makes your own work.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
Come on now. You can sing it, but I can deliver it, man. You know, listen.
Do you negotiate? So you say, no, I'm not giving it to you.
But my wife is a giver. She's a beautiful person. She doesn't, she's not feisty about stardom. You can't imagine. You know, you think like, oh, there'll be a clash. But she just, sometimes I travel for events and I come back and she's like, I was thinking about you. You don't have a song in this direction. I wrote one for you.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. You know what? On that note, let's take a break and we'll be back.
I got my hallelujah power. Because of Jesus, every day now shakara they do. Double heavenly blessings now him I they receive. God in your grace and mercy is always to follow me. Yeah. He has given me victory. God has given me victory. He has given me victory. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I got me hallelujah, bro. I got my hallelujah power. Because of Jesus, every day now shakara they do. Double heavenly blessings now him I they receive. God in your grace and mercy is always to follow me.
Beautiful.
I like the hands on the head.
Beautiful. All right, let's go to the kitchen.
So we're going to the kitchen now, where Chef Jules
has been dancing and baking.
She's in the spirit.
Yes, indeed. Please.
Everybody's favorite part of
yours.
Yeah. Even you're welcome to the kitchen.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
So this is Chef Jules.
I have your
cake
sizzling like for the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay.
So, all right, Chef Jules, this is really nice.
Yogurt pot cake. You tell us about it.
Around with this.
Yeah.
Hey.
It will fall.
I feel like we just sell this.
Really?
I'm not eating it.
Really, Chef Jules? Okay, so which is our guest going to?
This one.
Sample.
Sample, yes, please.
I think we need a spoon for this, like a teaspoon.
Okay, so please. Here. This was baked right here.
This is amazing. Like I saw...
In your dreams?
I saw the beginning of this thing.
Shandai.
It was done here fresh. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Try it. Let's know what you make of it.
Shandai.
It's the cake boss.
Amazing.
So it's sampling.
Texture is fine.
Wow.
It just melts in your mouth. This is how cupcakes should be.
Yes.
I'll show you. You're going to quote scriptures as well on the cake.
Yes, now.
But really nice, really nice.
Beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
Thank
Awesome,
you so
brother.
much.
Thank
Thank you, Chef Jules. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
All right. Thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories. And of course, a big shout out to Fola at Fola's Place for styling our hair. And exclamations by Tommy Rotimi for this outfit.
Oh, she's back.
Yes, indeed. It's always amazing having guests like you.
Thank you to Eben for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys
for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
And Chef Jules, well done.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you again tomorrow for the Friday edition. Friday.
Please hide those cakes from Mike. Don't let him take them. As soon as they cut the camera, he will want to take the cakes. Grab them.